Hello, Ikelu T.O.E here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for your subscription. New subscribers, I see your hand. Thank you for coming on the channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always watching my video. Please keep subscribing. Keep subscribing to my YouTube channel. Let's grow the channel together. Okay, so I am also jumping on the viral video. Oh, the internet has been blowing.
Okay, no, you won't call me
So
Tony.
I'm going to put the
I'm
video
not
up
those
here
people. You call
in case
me
you've not
Miss
seen it.
Elmelu or T.O.E. You won't call me Tony or Chairman.
Okay,
I
I
don't
believe you've seen
subscribe
it
to
now.
that kind of.
So that's the context of my video today, and I just thought to share my, 2 cents on it. Yes, so a young lady made a mistake. I believe she made a mistake, and not to sound like an hypocrite, because I've also shared my opinion on, immediately I saw it. Of course, we all have our impulse reactions and all of that, which I had actually shared on WhatsApp status. And I just, after such situations happen and then there's a trend, I would always, sit with the situation and then think about it and then drive it home. And I just thought to hear my opinion. The internet has gone viral. I just pray this girl receives love and she understands that human beings will always have reactions. So I'm not just here to shade that. So now this is about you and I, everybody that sent the video. I even saw one babe, on the street of Instagram. This babe, one time, she's a speaker and all of that. She had one time, talked about how people now, don't understand they lose their confidence when they go abroad. They don't do this. They all this yes sir, this that we do in Nigeria is not applicable in the outside world, and we should learn to increase our self-esteem, blah blah blah. And she went all about talking down on Nigerians that are abroad, so to say, as to how their respect is not what is needed in the outside world and all of that, which I understand, cultural differences and all that. And then today again, I'm saying, yes, I said it in whatever. You need to understand where your confidence should be and all of that. And she went all about how we should learn to read the room, we should do this, and I'm like, guys, why can't we just stop the double standard? Please, are we having self-confidence now? Or we're not saying, okay, it's about being disrespectful. Okay, that's just an aside. So my own honest opinion, I think it was an honest mistake from the lady, and I believe one or two persons, and most likely all the Nigerians that have been dragging her have also been in a situation like this. Maybe not in the same scenario. Now I'm going to say something. If it was not an influential person, I'm sure the story that will be going around now will not be the same way. It will be a matter of who are you, who knows you, blah blah blah, and all of that. That's how it is in the Western world. But because of course it's an influential person, the narrative changed. And that's one thing about Nigerians, our double standard. Ew, God. Okay, come back home. So I'm saying that sometimes a lot of us have been in these situations. Maybe not directly this kind of scenario, but what happens to your family, the ones that are way older than you? Now, okay, let me drive it home. We married women now, my generation of moms, we are all about, my child cannot call somebody else's mommy. Does that sound like you? Yes, sounds like me too. Why should my niece call me auntie, call me mommy? I'm an auntie, because that's always my song. I'm sure some persons will say my nieces and nephews, they are free to call me auntie, and my own disposition is different. It's just so that we can relate better. Yes, we didn't like some of the way our parents enforced, yes, that's the word, enforced the relationship we had with our uncles and aunties growing up to us. And I believe that's why most of us are now trying to change the narrative. But for me, I think that it's about reading the room. It's about the relationship you have with such persons. And I believe that when we are able to train our children to understand relationship, to understand how to communicate or how to give respect per time to these persons, then we'll be doing it right. It's not a matter of, it's not a general standard as to, oh, now because we are now exposed, you cannot call somebody else mommy because, oh, it's only one mother. Yes, we all agree that it's one mother that gives birth to a child. We all agree that it's one father that gives birth to a child. But my Yoruba people will say, ojú kan ló ń tọ́ ló ń bímọ, ìgbà ojú ló ń tọ́, right? That's the way our parents raised us. And that's why it looks as if people that were older, as old as your parents back then, they enforced us to call them mommy, they enforced us to call them, daddy. And for some of us, we didn't enjoy it because, of course, they had their own share of mistakes too. They didn't manage those relationships where it was from the place of fear and all of that. And I understand that that is what my generation of parents are trying to correct. But irrespective, I feel like that is where we should learn how to read the room. That is how I drove home, this whole scenario. Because if this babe has understand how to read the room, that okay, even if it's a policy, there is a place where wisdom is used to apply policy. Trust me, I'm an HR and this is my day to day. I understand. There are certain policies that are way out of line. It is not even about respect alone. A lot of policies as an HR that we have to manage that doesn't really make sense. But then you have to know when and how to apply wisdom in every of those scenarios or policies you find yourself in. And again, I was saying that now we are saying, okay, our parents cannot, I mean, our children cannot call somebody else's mommy. A lot of people are on that position. A lot of people are not on that position. So this is not a general statement. As some people say, my parent, why should, children, I believe it depends on the relationship. It depends on the kind of family you are coming from. It depends on the kind of family you are also relating with. You must know each person per time. For some persons, you are able to manage with just having them have pet names like Big Mommy. Gone are those days. We have people we could relate with Big Mommy and we are free with them. But we have people that you have to call them mommy. In fact, you had other women that are not your grandparents that you have to call them grandma up until now. My daughter has about 20 people that she's calling grandma because I can't believe that people that are as old as my mom, she's calling them mommy or she's calling them auntie. It's just a matter of knowing when to, apply scenarios or apply some certain things. Wisdom is profitable to direct. I'm just here to say, not every one of us. We might have dragged this babe as much as we want to, but then once in a while, let's drive home the points too. If I was in this situation, what would have been my reaction? Would you because it is policy for her, I believe. And then if it was not this person, would the story remain the same? That's even my problem. If it was not this man in question, would the story remain the same? Of course, so let's check it once in a while. And again, let's give grace to this young lady. I pray she's able to, pull through this season of her life because I'm very sure it's going to shake her a lot because the internet has been so hard on her. But I pray for her. I hope that she finds grace and she's able to make corrections and move better and live better going forward. And for you and I, please, while we are raising our kids, parents, there are a lot of things we are unlearning. Some things our parents didn't do it right, we get it. But let's put wisdom. Ẹ let's apply wisdom. That wisdom, let's not take it away. If they call somebody they are not supposed to call auntie, if they call the person mommy, it doesn't make you less of a mommy to them, to be honest. Especially if you're in a family that takes traditional relationship cogent. You won't take anything from them. Do you understand? But you know how to still guide them, give boundaries. If you are trying to ensure that they are not being bullied or pressed and all of that, yeah, that's why you are there to guide them through every season of their life. But above all, in summary, let's learn to read the room when we are also raising our children with some of the structures we are building for our homes, some of the boundaries we are building for our homes. Let's also learn to read the room and let them know when and how to apply certain cultural matters, traditional issues in the family, most especially. So thank you for joining me. If you have a different opinion from mine, please put it in the comment section respectfully. Yes, very important. And let's hear your opinion and your view. Till I come your way again in my next video, please keep subscribing, like, share, and comment on the video.